Today I will compare 5 different popular coffee servers and carafes to help you decide which one to buy. I will review looks, pouring quality, aroma quality and everyday use, including swirling, washing, heat retention, ergonomics and whether they fit the Aeropress. Starting with looks. Now, how pretty a server is very much up to personal preference. Therefore, I will just give you some b-roll of the servers with some accompanying info so you can judge for yourself. I will also give you my opinion at the end. Now let's talk about the pouring quality of the different servers. For this I tested how they poured normally, how they poured the last few drops, and finally how they poured when slightly off center from the pouring spot. I believe this is an important quality to have, as you sometimes accidentally pour off center. For example, when pouring with one hand from an awkward angle. This is the tier list I created, and I will now show you video of all the servers from the bottom up. At last place with the worst pouring is the Kruve carafe. It may look good, but it pours really badly, especially the last few drops where it always curls around the spout. It also pours all over the place when pouring quickly or slightly off center. Next up, the Hario server. Very wide stream that sometimes curls a bit. Apart from that, it's alright, but I wouldn't want to do any journey pours with it. Now the Kinto server, which has super pouring as long as you're not pouring fast. The Timemore server pours great, super consistent stream without any problems with curling or when pouring slightly off angle. It also handles fast pouring very well. Best of all is the April server, with great off angle pouring, no curling, no problems with fast pouring and overall very consistent stream. Now to aroma quality, basically how intensely I can smell the coffee. This testing wasn't done in one go, as the coffee had to be brewed into the carafe for proper testing. This means the results are rather unscientific. Here is the tier list. The best ones did a great job of dissipating any steam so that you could smell the coffee. They usually had wide bases so that the coffee had more surface area. This, I believe, positively affects aroma release. Also, I think a narrow top helps to keep aroma in the server. For smelling aroma, it can be useful to swirl the coffee. Some people also swirl to aerate, something I don't do as I believe it can negatively affect the coffee. This section is really just a question of whether the server is suitable for swirling. The taller servers with wider bases were the most suitable for swirling. Now to washing, and under this, drying. The servers are all rather easy to hand wash. The only thing that's a bit irritating is getting the plastic off the lids that have plastic. Drying is a whole other thing. The tier list on screen accounts for both washing and drying, and the easiest to dry and clean is the Kinto with its simple design. Depending on whether you use the lid or not, the list will vary. All the lids are really a pain to dry, both because of the soft rubber, but also because they have small ridges where the water gets stuck, and that you can't get to with your dish towel. Worst of all is the April server with the biggest ridge and a very hard to dry handle. Now to heat retention. For some people, this is very important in a carafe. For me, it is not, as I quite like to drink my coffee through all of its temperatures, and also because I don't usually leave the coffee in the server. On screen are the results of my testing, where I measured temperature lost after 7 minutes. Kruve is up top, I suspect because of its double-walled glass. Then comes the servers with lids, and at last the Kinto server. Ergonomics. Most important to this is the design of the handle, and that relative to how the server is shaped. If you have to rotate your hands a lot to get the last drops out, the server receives a lower ergonomics score. Now, which of the servers fit the Aeropress? The Kruve fits the Aeropress and the Kinto fits the Aeropress. The April server, the Timemore server and the Hario server do not fit the Aeropress. That was all for today. Thank you very much for watching.